and welcome to Series 2 of Away with Dogs from CSJ. I'm Bryony and I'm here in stunning North Wales with some of the best sheepdog handlers from around the world, competing for the respected title of Away with Dogs Sheepdog Trial Champion. As a farmer's daughter, I've been brought up around working dogs like these all my life. So I know that border collies like Jen here have an amazing natural instinct around sheep. But to see them respond so obediently to a range of commands and on such challenging courses like the ones we'll see here today is a truly special experience. And I hope you enjoy watching these dogs in action as much as I will. Joining me again for the new series is experienced trialist and handler Mike Northwood.
Hi Bryony, lovely to see you again.
Nice to see you. Now, Series 1, it was a huge success. We had 9 top sheepdog handlers from Wales. This year, taking it up a notch, they're international champions, is that right?
Yeah, that's correct. I mean, there's international champions, world champions, European champions, you name it. Ceri's got them all together for this series.
Amazing. I cannot wait. It was so exciting last year. Do you have any highlights or memories from Series 1?
Memories, I think about it most days. You do when you're brought up with sheepdogs. But to have a world champion, 4 times international champion in the judges' box, that was difficult enough for the handlers to walk past. Some of the great dogs there that have finished their careers now and they're going to be remembered and they're on film forever. But just to see those Welsh boys go out there and take that very tricky hill course with that narrow entrance into the main field, that was a sight to behold. I'm glad I wasn't doing it.
Same. So this year is going to be even harder with 2 different courses, is that right?
Yeah, that's correct. We've got the first course here behind us at Bodfari, where all 15 handlers will take part running on mule sheep. We'll take the top 6 from that course to a double gather up at Bwlch Isaf. We will then take the best 3 and they'll come back down to this course to do the final on 12 sheep. So it's really going to be tricky and the dogs have got to be on their mettle.
Yeah, and judging this, we've got 2 judges this year.
Yes, 2 judges. When you get to national standard, we normally have 2 judges in the box.
Okay.
They will both looking for the same thing, but they will have their own ideas of how they do that course. The 2 lots of points will be added together and then the handlers will know what their score is.
Brilliant. Well, I've heard great things about them. Should we go and meet them?
Yes, let's go and meet them.
Okay. For this series of Away with Dogs, we have 2 very well-respected judges, Sue Main and Andy Jackman. Sue Main lives in a small holding near Bwlch in North Wales and has been involved in sheepdog trialling for over 30 years. Over the years, Sue has worked hard to promote the sport as secretary for the first World Trials held in Bwlch in 2002 and the highly acclaimed 2016 International Supreme Championships in Lleyn. And how amazing is this? In 1984, Ceri's father Glyn invited Sue to judge Bodfari sheepdog trials, her first judging appointment. Since then, Sue has judged the 2008 Welsh National and regularly travels overseas to judge championships or hold judging seminars. Having been a director for over 20 years, Sue now sits on the International Sheepdog Society Council and has been instrumental in revamping the ISDS rules for trials. Our second judge is Andy Jackman, a farm manager from Surrey. Andy started trialling in 1980 and has won well over 200 trials here and abroad, as well as representing his country. He feels his finest half hour was in 1993 when he qualified and ran in the International Supreme Final, where, funnily enough, Ceri's father Glyn was the Wales judge. Andy admits he enjoys judging and feels honoured to have judged the World Trial, the International, as well as many prestigious overseas events. He's been a director of the ISDS for 25 years, sat on its council for several terms, and is now the English president. Those are our judges. Now, let's meet our 15 top international handlers. Katie Cropper from Shap in Cumbria, England. Bryn Davies from Bryn Lewis in North Wales. Angie Driscoll from Carmarthen in South Wales. Kevin Evans from Brecon, South Wales. Derek Fisher, all the way from Idaho in North America. Michael Gallagher from Armoy, County Antrim, Northern Ireland. Neil Gillan from Ayrshire, Scotland. Ricky Hutchinson from Littledale, Lancashire, England. Todd Elam from County Wexford in the Republic of Ireland. Thomas Longton from Quernmer in Lancashire, England. Alistair Lytle from County Fermanagh in Northern Ireland. Masa Magnuson, another contender from Scotland, this time from Perthshire. James McCloskey from Glentocher in the Republic of Ireland. Aled Owen from Corwen in North Wales. Sergio Perello from Lancaster, England. Our 15 handlers have already made a draw to establish which group of 5 they will run in. The first group to run will be Mosse Magnusson, Derek Fisher and Todd Elam. But before the trials start, here's Mike to explain the qualifiers course.
Thank you, Bryony. The handler can choose to either send the dog to the left or the right. The dog wants to go on a pear-shaped outrun and land at the point of balance at the back of the sheep. The next part is the lift, which is the first contact between the dog and the sheep. The fetch wants to be as straight as possible from the line of picking the sheep up to the handler's post, aiming for a tight anti-clockwise turn to start the first leg of the drive. Straight drive between the obstacle gates and a tight turn to start the cross drive. A straight cross drive to go behind the cross drive obstacle and draw the sheep back through the centre and a straight line back into the shedding ring. Once in the shedding ring, the handler has to shed 2 uncollared sheep and keep them apart from the other 3. The handler then regroups the sheep and proceeds to the pen. On penning the sheep, the gate must be shut. The sheep are then brought out of the pen back into the shedding ring, and the handler has to single 1 red collared sheep. The handler has to hold the single to the judge's satisfaction and they will call it, and that will be the end of the run. 30 minutes are allowed for the course.
So I'm here with the first group to run today and it is time for the draw. So Mosse, are you up first?
Okay.
What number are you? 3rd? Pleased with that?
Okay.
Yeah, he looks happy. Okay.
So far.
Over to you, Derek.
1.
First, okay. How do you feel about that?
I don't have much of an option, do I?
Okay.
That's all right. I don't mind it.
Good. Well, we're looking forward to it. You're going to kick it all off for us,
Thanks.
so it's going to be great. Well, I think we know where you're going to run. Second.
Number 2.
Perfect. Okay, so we have our first 3 handlers ready to go today, and it's going to be an exciting start to the trial. So, here we go with our first competitor, Derek Fisher, who's travelled all the way from Idaho, fresh from winning the prestigious Meeker Classic and making the final at the Soldier Hollows Championship. Derek's not from farming or trialling stock, which makes his success even more remarkable. He started trialling when he was just 15 years old and within 4 years had taken his first Meeker title. Nowadays, although Derek is a fully trained hairdresser, he travels throughout the States competing and holding sheepdog training clinics. If you'd like to find out more about Derek and how he started trialling, take a look at his Meet the Handler interview on our website. Look out for the link at the end of this film. This is the first time Derek has competed in the UK, so we wish him and his beloved bitch, Goodwin Nell, the very best of luck.
And here we go, the first to the post is the American handler, Derek Fisher, sending his bitch, Goodwin Nell, to the left. This will be the first time on these Lleyn sheep. Nell will have never seen anything like this before, but going on a nice outrun there, hugging the hedge. She's got a lot of feel, this bitch. Blows her down for a great start. Nothing dropped there by either judge. Imperative you have a clean lift here, which he has. Don't want to upset the sheep. He's the guinea pig for all the runners today. Gentling her along. Keep these sheep at a nice walking pace. Is he going to visit? She worked well then to get them back, but a point will have gone there, just being offline.
Come by!
She's not reacting to that whistle, so he gave her a voice command. She's going a bit wide here. She needs to put a bit more pressure on them and get them back online. Come on now. Doesn't want to get too much speed on here on the turn, as it can all go pear-shaped. The handler can get off the podium,
Come by.
or they can stop there. He won't have seen anybody run before, so he's going to stop there. But you're quite a height above the sheep, and your whistles are different to the dog. 6 gone there for either judge on that fetch for the line.
Come by. Lie down. Lie down.
Good strong sheep here. Now they're set off. Wants to tuck them in back in front of himself and drive in a straight line down to that first white obstacle. Oh, Nell turned around then, thought she was getting a turn back whistle. They might take a point for that. No, he's got it back into control.
What are you doing?
Just a reminder there, she's not taking that inside flank whistle. Now she's done it. Tucked in behind them, sheep looking. Don't want that. Want to see bottoms going towards that obstacle. A few bends here, but keeping them well under control. Approaching the obstacle nicely. Very difficult one to judge. You don't know if you're through it. There, not quite there. It looked as if he was there, but he wasn't. Now they're through. Good right flank. Not too bad a turn. Very responsive, this bitch. Look at the width she gives when she comes back on the flanks. Not upsetting them. Want to see the sides of the sheep on this cross drive. Just want to be able to see one eye, one ear from the sheep. Don't want them facing us or going away from us. Got to be the far side of this fetch obstacle to be on the right line. Yep, there she is, spot on. Nice pace. Far side of the tree. He's got to remember this is a pull-through obstacle and not a normal push-through obstacle, so they've got to come on the far side as tight as possible. Lovely, right through the middle. Flipped her back again, thought they were going to turn a bit short, that last sheep. Now he's through. Wants to be a nice straight line, just on the edge of that rough grass by the tree here to be in the correct position. He's not allowed to walk into the shedding ring until the first sheep arrives. That is a no-no.
Listen!
That will be a disqualification, but Derek's Been very careful here, waiting till they come. Trying to bring them in quietly because he needs to separate two uncollared sheep. Doesn't want to rush them here. 9 points there off the driving, mainly for the offline on the first part of the drive, and then we saw the bottoms of the sheep on the cross drive. So judges have taken those points off accordingly. He now wants to take two uncollared sheep.
Keep. Stand.
Ooh.
Keep.
She could be a bit of trouble, the red collared one, but might be very helpful when it comes to singling. She's a bit unsettled, now working well.
Lie down.
Doesn't want to lose any points by going outside the ring.
Come on, lady.
These Welsh sheep are very difficult at hand, very light.
Walk up, wait. Walk up. Stand.
Derek will be used to very heavy sheep,
Keep.
range sheep in America.
Stand. Okay, go.
You need a crowbar to separate. These will just go with the movement of your hip, your arm, your shoulder.
Keep.
Put the dog in the right place.
Stand. Come by. Stand. Come.
She's going again, that red collared one.
Keep. Stand. Out. Lie down. Come.
The idea is to make a
down.
gap for your dog to come through, but the dog to take the gap.
Keep. Shh. Stand.
Will be down pointed if the man does it. He's trying to make the gap there.
Lie down. Come by. Lie down.
Just trying to ease that red collared one away.
Keep. Lie down. Come. Lie down. Come.
Oh,
Come.
she
Lie
wants
down.
to go with the mates. He really needs to put them back together and not
Keep.
shed 2 from 1. He needs to be
Lie down.
shedding 2 from 5.
Keep. Shh. Lie down. Out. Lie down. Keep.
Now working nicely at the distance, not upsetting them.
There. Wait. Lie down.
Here
Lie
it
down.
should come here. There it goes.
Here, this.
Oh,
Wait.
just bolted at the wrong time. Points will go there. She
down.
thought she was
Out.
going to come for the 1, but he wanted 2. But corrected
Come on
it.
Come. Come on. Come by. Come on, get up.
You've got to keep your dog sweet at this point.
by.
It's just been told off for
There.
coming in.
No,
Now you're
no,
going to
no,
ask it to
come
come in again.
No, get up.
And it's thinking, what have I done wrong?
There.
But if you do
Wait.
it correctly, nicely, she'll
Come by.
understand.
There. Wait. There.
She's
Come
working
by.
well with
There.
him.
Lie down. Come.
There's the
Lie
gap.
down.
Very
Here,
nice.
Shh. There we go.
Just got to show control. He's got it.
Come on, get up.
He's bossed them.
Good. Come. All right.
Obviously 9
back.
points taken off because of the missed attempt. Now he's got to regroup these nicely and walk them across to the pen. Dog's got to bring them.
Lie down. Shh.
Don't let them go past, as points will go. Oh, that's unfortunate. Need to keep them in that gap between the shedding ring and the pen for full points.
Ray. Out. Lie down. Out. Lie down.
Beautiful setting for a dog trial.
Out. Lie down. Lie down! Walk up. No. Get up. Get up!
Derek looking at his watch there. He knows his time will be going.
Wait. Lie down. Come. There. Walk up.
Derek was in the American team at the World Trials.
Out. Lie down. Walk up. Come on. Get up. Keep there. Lie down. Out. No. Keep there.
Not much pressure needed and these sheep will bolt.
There.
Trying to get them to look into the pen. Just looks all wood to them. It's fresh sheep for
there,
everybody,
come,
so
there. Walk up.
no one's going to gain any advantage. Nell showing a class there. Quietly bringing them up. Derek's going to try and get round them with his crook. There they go, bang. Well done.
Keep. Lie down.
Obviously points going then for losing the sheep round the back of the pen.
Lie down. Lie down. Shh. Shh, shh, shh.
Straight line now from the pen back to the centre of the shedding ring. Don't let them out. And he can take a red collar off the front, off the back.
Lie down. Out. Out.
Because they've got collars on, you don't have to specify, you have to take it. There she is, there she is.
Hear this. Hear this now.
Beautiful. Bang in there. Excellent. Judges call that. Yeah, no points off there. Well done, Derek.
That was a really good start to the trial by Derek with Nell, losing 39 points and has set the standard for the other handlers to beat. Our second competitor in this group is the very experienced handler Todd Elam, a farmer and former international supreme champion from County Wexford in Ireland. Toddy is a well-liked and respected trialist and trainer who's enjoyed much success over his many years competing in the sport. He first won the Irish National in 1990 and again in 2012 and has a total of 18 caps. Toddy is always willing to help anyone and is a great exponent of encouraging new handlers across all ages to get involved in this great sport. One of the judges at the 2017 World Trials, Toddy spends a lot of his time nowadays travelling to judge events at all levels throughout Europe and the USA. To learn more about Toddy, follow the link at the end of this film to watch his Meet the Handler interview on our website. Today, Toddy is partnered with 7-year-old Ben, a dog he was given by his very good friend and well-known trialist Tim Flood. Lots of luck, Toddy.
Next to the post is Todd Elam with his unregistered, but registered on merit now, Ben. Beautiful traditional type dog. Toddy has won the Supreme and he's been twice Irish champion in the past years. Ben is his new dog here. Going out to the right, which is the preferred outrun on a course like this with the way the hill's set, hoping to draw your dog up behind the sheep quietly, hoping it won't stop on its outrun. Taking a nice line here. There's the sheep handler holding them with his dog. Dog stopped short there, but he's walking on, so he's giving him a walk on whistle because the sheep are walking downhill. Actually, the dog was probably correct there. Now the first point of the lift, 1 point off one of the judges. The lift is where the first contact is made and you get the sheep to walk away quietly. The lie of the land makes these sheep drop downhill just before these fetch gates, so you're hoping you've got your dog in the right place to come straight through the middle of the obstacles. Now they're going to bolt a bit, so he's brought Ben back down on the bottom side. Keep them trotting so they stay in a group rather than spread out. Nicely done. Remembering this straight line back to the podium. Toddy going to come down the podium, walk to the front, which you're allowed to do. The dog is used to seeing you at his level. Little reminding shush there, getting him to gear up a bit. Don't flank off too wide, keep in contact with the sheep. Whistling his dog, trying to keep it quiet.
Good dog.
Some handlers
Good dog.
start talking to the dog at this point, so not to upset the sheep. Some people whistle. Going for a tight turn here. Careful they don't bolt in front of him. Yes, only 3 points dropped on that fetch. Good fetch. Trying to get them to go quietly round as tight as they can. Ooh, spreading out that one. Ooh, nearly went. That's the problem when you go for a tight turn. I'd point gone there just for the wide turn. Get them back online for this straight drive. They're online now. Get the dog tucked in behind them.
Dog.
Just a reminder, a good dog gets him on his feet. So just trot on with the bit as they'll start weaving. That right-hand sheep, she's got a mind of her own.
Good dog.
That line will look straight from the handler's post to him. Try not weave too much, just get the dog tucked in behind. Wants a bit of left here, I think. Yeah, that's it, just turn them back towards. Bit more left. That's it. And engage when you just see the sheep go through the gap and tight to turn as possible. We want to rub the paint off that left-hand hurdle as we turn. I think they're well through now. Right-hand flank, we'll see when they turn. Yeah, it's quite deep through there, so points will have gone there. And we want to see the sides of these sheep trotting along. Just going away a bit, needs to come back this way. Behind the fetch obstacles. Toddy with a flank, then a stop whistle, flank whistle, stop whistle, just so they trot. Behind the tree and behind the telegraph pole. He's just peering between the trees, Toddy. See where they are. That's a nice line there. Lovely. Straight through the obstacle. Let's aim for this edge of the dark long grass. To come back into the centre of the ring.
Hey.
Not a bad line. Toddy waiting for them to come into the ring. Bit of weaving there by Ben. 9 points gone there. Mainly for the line, the depth through the first obstacle.
Good dog, Ben.
And the first leg of the drive.
Good dog. We're here. Steady. Lay down. We're here. Lay down. Lay down. Lay down. Good dog. We're here.
Toddy looking round, seeing his bearings.
Lay down.
See how much room he's got.
Lay down. Lay down.
Very good reader of sheep, Toddy. Worked with sheep all his life.
Lay down.
2 at the back there. Is he going to risk it? Taking them nicely. He's going to walk them off the front, hoping the mate doesn't bolt with them.
That'll do, Ben. That'll do, Ben.
Made the gap. Yep.
Lay down.
Just in there before the sheep go out the ring.
Lay down.
Touch and go, but the dog was in control.
We're here.
Yeah, one judge saw that and take one off.
I know. Lay down. Come by. Come by.
And regroup them, try and hold them, get them steady before they go to the pen.
Steady now. Come by.
He saw Derek came a bit too fast and lost them, and
Up steady now.
Toddy doesn't want to make the same mistake.
Good dog. Steady now. Ben. Lay down. Come by. Lay down. Lay down.
The red collar one looks a bit lively.
Lay down.
Now then, Toddy's taking his hat
Lay
off.
down. Come by. Come by. Come boy, lay
He
down.
often does this at trials.
Wait.
Holds his
Lay
crook
down.
and shakes his hat.
Lay down. Wait. Lay down. Lay down. Wait.
Oof,
Lay down.
well done.
Come boy. Lay down.
Hat's going again. Now he's going to use his crook. Got them settling. He's making a few sheep noises there, thinking it'll track them. I've heard some handlers do that, but I don't know if it does work or not.
Lay down. Wait. Lay down.
Got them strung out here, so he needs to
Wait. Lay down.
hold one side with the dog and try and
Wait.
get round them himself.
Lay down. Wait. Lay down.
Oh, she turned her in now.
Lay down.
Come on,
down.
girls.
Lay down.
Look in that pen.
Lay down. Wait. Lay down. Wait. Lay down. Wait. Lay down. Wait. Lay down. Lay down. Stay there. Stay there.
Nice calm dog, Ben.
Wait. Lay down.
Holding his
Lay
position.
down.
Toddy just shaking the rope there so one doesn't bolt under it, just to make it look bigger than it actually is. There they go.
Lay down.
Oof.
Wait. Lay down.
Turn.
Lay down. Come boy. Lay down.
Well done, Toddy. Working well together, these two.
Wait. Wait. Lay
Oh,
down.
look at that.
Come boy. Lay down. Wait. Lay down. Come boy. Lay
You
down.
just have to show his power here.
Come boy. Lay down. Wait. Wait. Lay down. Wait. Lay down. Come boy. Lay down. Come boy. Out. Lay down.
Point's gone there for going round the back.
Come boy. Come boy. Come boy. Lay down. Lay down. Come on up. Wait.
Second attempt.
Lay down, Ben, up. Lay down. Good dog. Good dog. Come by. Good dog. Wait. Lay down. Wait. Wait. Lay down.
All a question of
Wait.
patience.
Come by. Lay down. Come by. Wait here. Wait. Lay down.
A lot of
Lay down.
movement there.
Come
They're
by.
not
Lay
quite
down.
settled yet.
Lay down. Lay down. Lay down.
Toddy won't give in.
Wait. Lay down.
Ben
Wait.
certainly
Lay
won't.
down. Wait. Lay down. Lay down.
They're
Lay
there.
down.
Get that gate shut. Oof,
Lay
well
down.
done.
Wait.
8
Lay
points
down.
gone
Lay
there.
down. Lay down. Lay
Now,
down.
straight line back
Lay
into
down.
the centre of
Come
the
by.
ring
Come by.
and get this red collared one off.
Ben. Ben.
His time will be
Good
going.
dog. Come by. Lay down. Come by. Steady now. Good dog. Up, Ben. Up. Lay down.
Wonder if that red collared one will go now on her own. She's been doing it round the pen.
Come by. Lay down.
Toddy trying to tease her out. Turn the uncollared one. Get the red collared one to the front.
Lay down. Lay down.
She's looking. She's
Lay
looking.
down.
She's
Lay down.
looking.
Come by. Lay down. Lay down.
She's back in again. She's come this side now. Or the other one's at the other end for
Lay
him.
down. Lay down. Lay down.
Dog's doing nothing wrong.
Wait. Lay down. That'll do, Ben.
There
Ben,
she
Ben.
goes.
Here, here. Wait, wait. Stand. Come by. Come by. Come by.
Timer's
Come by.
going.
Stand.
He
Wait.
dived in.
Wait. Stand. Hop, hop.
Ben's got her.
Stand there. Stand there. Lay down. Lay
Judges
down.
have called it.
Lay down. Ben, look.
No
Come by.
points off there. Well done, Toddy.
Lay there. Lay there.
That was a good steady round by Toddy and Ben, dropping a total of 27 points. Our third and final handler in this group is Mosse Magnusson. Mosse is an extremely well-known and successful handler who originates from Sweden but now lives in Scotland. Having won over 200 trials in Sweden, as well as the Scandinavian and Continental Championships, Mosse and his wife Lotte made the decision to sell their farm to follow their dream and move to the UK. They now shepherd over 600 sheep in Perthshire while holding training clinics and trialling their dogs. Find out more about Mosse by following the link at the end of this film to watch his Meet the Handler interview on our website. Today, Mosse has opted to run his 2.5-year-old bitch Sally, so quite a responsibility resting on her young shoulders.
And the last one in this group is Masa Magnuson from Scotland. Oh, and he's going to the left. She's going out a bit square here. This is Kemi Sally, all of Kevin Evans' breeding, 2015 born. One of his youngest dogs in the kennel. He must have high hopes for her. She's going out nicely on the left-hand side. Mosse, originally from Sweden, won everything there is to do in Sweden, and he's won the Continental Championships as well. Kicking back again on that left. Now then, 2 off each judge. Yeah, she wasn't quite in the right places. Having to pull her back down, hence why the points have gone and offline when he tried to fetch them. Losing points here. Come on, Sally, get them back online. Well, it's nicely recovered from Mosse. Nice straight line here. Mosse comes off the podium for a tight turn.
Steady.
Now talking to her.
Stand. Keep. Out. 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 Stand. Stand.
Giving her commands to keep her off. That's 6 lost on the fetch there for that line on the first part before the hurdles.
Keep. Shh, shh, shh.
Wideish turn here, but he's stopped them.
Out. Stand. Get up here. Here. Out. Stand. Out. Out. Stand.
Reinforcing the out command to keep her off him so that she doesn't tighten up.
Get up here. Stand. Stand. Out. 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 Stand. Get up. Steady. 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 Out.
That's his online there now.
Stand. 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 Out. Out. Stand. Steady. Steady. Keep. Stand. Stand. Keep. Stand. Get up here.
Don't want them to stop, want them to keep moving. She's not really driving them yet, she's flanking left and right, not tucked in, as the purists like to see. It's called a driving element, and it really wants to be a drive rather than flashing from left to right. Sometimes the sheep just don't allow you to do it. No, let's put a flank again, walk on. Good Mosse. Try for a tight turn to gain points back. Through the obstacle now. She didn't take the first whistle to flank. Now she has. Nice line we want here. She's just going offline, going back up the field. She needs to bring them back slightly. doing now. The good lead sheep there. Good guideline for the handlers and good guide for the judge to see where these sheep are on the cross drive. Got these sheep spread out here. Ooh, she's singled one in the middle. Big lot of points gone there. Then she's gone on the wrong one. Got to regroup these now. Mosse's shoulders have dropped. It happens to us all. He won't give in though. He'll put this back to where they should be. Points going all over obviously, but Mosse will show how it should be done, and don't panic. Get them back online. Pushing them back to the correct place before he starts his cross drive again. That's it. It should be there now. Now he'll carry on to where it all went wrong. Go towards the obstacles. Must be in the centre of this ring. That point going there as well. Coming fast into the ring now. I'll have to help Sally along. She's only a young dog. Yeah, a lot of points gone there. But Mosse will understand where they went. He won't complain.
Stand, stand, we, stand, 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 stand. We, stand, we, yeah, we, stand, here, stand, out, stand, we, stand, out, stand, we, keep, out, I go bort med det, keep, we, stand.
Talking a bit of Swedish there. Oh, a point gone there.
Come back. Stand, we, stand.
Got to get these sheep in the centre of the ring. Give them both self chance not to lose any more points. Stop them before they go out.
Stand, we, stand. Come back, out. Stand, we, stand. We, stand. Come by.
More points gone there. Just glancing at his watch.
Stand, out, stand, keep. Stand, out, stand, keep. We. Here. We, stand, keep. We. Stand.
She's on two commands to the right there. Out
Stand.
and away.
Stand.
Keep
Stand.
and come by to the left.
Stand. Out. Stand.
Two were at the back there.
Stand.
Whether they'll say that was a missed chance.
We, stand. Out. We. I bort med det.
Bit more Swedish there.
Stand. Out. Stand. Out. Stand. We. Yeah. We.
The sheep aren't helping him. They're
Stand. We.
mixing themselves up,
Stand.
twisting around. Mosse won't give up though.
Stand.
There's the two at the back there.
We. Stand. Well do. Here. Stand. Come by. We. We keep. Stand out. Stand. We stand. We stand. We stand.
He has to do this
Stand.
part
Here.
properly.
Stand.
There he is. He's got the shed
Here.
now. Although she didn't really hold those two Because the sheep are so lively, she just wants to round them up, help Masa put them in the pen. Let's have a good pen, Masa.
Stand, we, stand, stand. We, stand, out. Stand, we, stand, out. Stand, we, stand, out. Stand, we, stand. We, keep.
Point's gone there.
We.
Quick, lively bitch, Sally. Kemi Sally from the Kevin Evans kennel.
Get up here. Get up here. We. Come back.
Just puts pressure on at the wrong time in this split. You have to keep your distance, keep your flanks wide off your sheep,
Come by.
and then come on the point of pressure.
Come by. Get up here. Keep. Out. Keep. Out. Keep. Stand. Keep. Stand. Keep. Out. Stand. Keep. Get up. Get up here.
Now he should have them.
Stand.
Well done. Yes, 11 points gone there.
Stand.
Alright, back into this shedding ring. See if we can get a clean single.
Stand.
20 points on offer here for the single, 10 points to judge. Every little bit helps.
We. Stand. Get up, son. Stand. Keep. Out. Stand.
She's there at the back.
Stand.
She's there.
Here. Come by. Here. Sally, come by. Stand. Come by, here.
The judges have called it.
Come by.
Yeah, 7 points off there. Not Mosse's day, but still a very good partnership.
If ever there was a show of determination to complete a course against the odds and with tricky sheep, Mosse was the man to show it. But complete it he did, with the resultant loss of 79 points. Here we can see how our first 3 handlers got on, and a reminder of where the points were dropped. So I'm here with the first group that we're trialling today. Derek, you were up first with Nell. It's always a bit difficult going first, surely.
Yeah.
How did you find it?
Nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
They were great though. I mean, I don't mind going first. It's just the luck of the draw. And
Yeah.
It was the worst part about it is coming from another country and never running on these sheep. But that was okay. Just the way it goes, and we made the most of it, I hope.
Well, you looked very confident out there. How does it compare to trialling in the US?
Well, the sheep are different. The climate is kind of can be the same, but the sheep were definitely a little bit different. But they were fun and tricky, and it's fun to do. It's fun to run on sheep like that.
Brilliant. Well, we loved watching, and it was a tense and exciting first start, and a high standard to set for everyone else. Up next was you, Toddy, and you were with Ben.
With Ben, yeah.
It looked like it went really well, a very quick start. And how did you feel it went?
Yeah, I was happy enough with it for up to the pen.
Yes.
And the pen then, I got caught out a bit. One went in and it looked like they were all in, but then she just wheeled around really quick,
Yeah.
and she brought all the others out, so that put a bit of a hole in it,
Yeah.
But I was satisfied enough with the way it
Yeah,
went.
but he's very
Yeah,
obedient.
he
He
is.
He listened. He came back round, and
Yeah,
he got there.
He's
so.
usually a good listener now, in fairness to him.
Yes.
He usually takes what I ask him.
And you're an Irish champion, is that right?
Well, not really Irish champion. A few years ago I was, but
Yeah.
not this year. Yeah, not this year.
Well,
No,
it
yeah.
was again high standard, very exciting and impressive to watch.
Thank
so
you.
well
Yeah,
done.
thanks.
And last but by no means least, Mosse, you were with Kemi Sally, is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
How do you feel she did today?
No, it was a bad run. No, I had the sheep was quite tricky, but I
Yeah.
had one break off on the cross drive, and so it started quite bad there.
Yeah, it
And
seemed like you
then
had one sheep that just really wanted to do its own
Yeah.
thing today.
And I want to go in different directions.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Well,
not my day today.
well, we'll see. Maybe when we watch back, you'll feel like it's better than it was. From our side, it was very impressive.
Yeah.
Congratulations to all three of you. I thought you did a brilliant trial, and we'll look forward to watching the other groups run.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Well done.
Thank you.
So, Mike, it was an impressive first trial. How do you feel it went?
I thought it was brilliant. I mean, for an American to come and draw that #1 ball out the hat and run first, all the way from America to go, and then we're running on these Lleyn or clean sheep. They were very light, very touchy. Nobody knew how they were going to react. Derek handled them really well with a classy bitch. Made a little bit of a mistake up here. Thought he was going to turn too soon. Managed to put it right. Great cross drive. In the shedding ring, Penny was superb, and the single, what a class little bitch. Second run from Ireland, Toddy liked his dog, nice, long-coated, cool, calm. He took them around the course. He was really good. Upset them a bit at the pen. Great handling, great dog work to box them. They were going here, there, and everywhere, and he put them in. And then poor Mosse, slightly tight at the top of the field. He stopped her a bit short, pushed around, set them offline. Everything started to go wrong. He worked his socks off to get them around that course. Then on the cross drive, the little bitch took a wrong whistle, shed them, parted them, and his trouble started there. But due credit to him, he put it all back together again, forgot about everything, thought he was at work, and he carried on and finished the course. So very exciting first three runs.
It was brilliant. It's such a high standard. They all kept their cool, and I'm very excited about Group 2. Are you?
Very much so, yes. Let's see it.
Let's go and see them.
OK, cheers.
So, we now have our first 3 handlers' points on the scoreboard. But will any of these runs be good enough to gain one of the coveted 6 semi-final places? So I hope you enjoyed the first day of trialling as much as we did, and stand by for the second group of 3 in programme 2 of Away with Dogs.